Welcome back to the Mission YouTube channel, where we've been Googling your searches and how do dart players do this and why do dart players do that? How do dart players earn money? This is going to be an interesting one because we've got a couple of different angles here. Andy Cornwall, Mission Brand Manager, who will be able to give some insight there. And myself as a player for the last 11 years, we'll be able to give some insight from a player's point of view. We're going to split this down into a couple of key headings. And I mean, one you will be able to tell us about. Sponsorship.
Yeah, so sponsorship, how exactly does that work? Now, obviously, it's different for different ranked players. You'll see most players on the television these days, they've got patches all over the place. That is the same for most players. Obviously, the ones at the top of the game, in the top 8 in the world, the top 16, will be getting more for those patches than the lower ranked guys. But it's simply a case of they may have their brand sponsor, as in Mission. So they may be a Mission sponsored player where they'll be using Mission darts and promoting Mission. So they may have that sponsorship agreement. And then they may have some others. You do sometimes see cross brands. So maybe they've also got a Condor on there. Maybe they use Condor Flight Stem System. Or maybe their local pub sponsored them and that's on there. And when we get to the top end, you'll see some big names on there. You'll know, you might even see Nike on there or Adidas or some of the really big brands that want to get involved with these players, and they're all paying for that little bit of advertising space on the player's shirt.
I mean, the most obvious one, prize money. You win matches, you win tournaments, you get your prize money. Now, it is also worth noting that darts is subject to tax. It's not a pastime, it is a sport, and it's subject to tax. It's also subject to deductions from things like PDPA fees if you're playing on the professional ranks. But prize money, when you go out, you've paid a fee to enter a tournament, you're winning prize money, whether it's down the local or whatever, there's an opportunity there to pick up a professional living. Something
that probably isn't mentioned that much is appearances. And again, that's more for the players at the top end of the game. They might actually get appearances, come and do a sportsman's dinner or come and open the local supermarket or that sort of thing. That's more the top end. But could you tell us about exhibitions, Matt? Is there money there?
Very, very similar, isn't it? Exhibitions get paid a fee to turn up, play locals or play against others. Basically putting on a show. Putting on not so much of an unsatisfied, but an unranked sort of show, playing against your locals, playing against other players, either on a stage or in your local pub. A bit like when the bands used to come round and they used to give you a song on a Saturday night, sort of dwindling away these days, isn't it? But that is one good way of earning. But there is also passive income opportunities as well for players. Something you'll probably be able to tell us about, actually, a little bit of royalties.
Royalties, yeah, absolutely. So if they're sponsored by one of the big brands, they could get royalties on how many sets of darts are actually sold with their name on. So more opportunity for the players to promote themselves. The more darts that are out there, the more shirts that are sold with their name on the back. You know, we watch the TV now, you see the crowd, they've all got their favourite player's shirt on. They may well be getting royalties for that as well.
Certainly with the top players, when you see it on the order of merit and you go, oh, look, they've won 200 grand over the last 2 years, it's probably more than double. In terms of their overall income as what you're seeing there. There's more ways to earn than the prize money and the ranking suggests. Dart players out there, little bit wheelie-dealy, bit of dabbling.
Never know, they might even have a YouTube channel, get a bit of money from that.
Or a TikTok channel, or...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But there you go.